Obviously, we had a great win against a really good team, great team down there in Brazil. Appreciation and love to everybody in Brazil that we ran into, all the great fans, the people that worked at the hotels, and then a shout out to the organization. Just a first-class trip all the way, seamlessly run. It was like we were here. It was so well organized. So we had the great win, and then it's right back to finding out where we can get better. And we kind of addressed that and put that game to bed. And we're on to another very tough, very good division opponent. Their defense, they've got Patrick Graham, who's an outstanding coordinator in this league, and then you throw in Pete Carroll. It's a dangerous blend there, very unpredictable of what might come up. Lots of respect for how well they're coached, really at every position. So we're battening down the hatches and getting ready for this one. It's exciting, and can't wait to we love Monday Night Football. Any questions?
The way the offense performed on Friday, the last time obviously we saw you in that playoff game, it was such a stark contrast from what we saw Friday in terms of how easy things were passing the ball. Is that what you were expecting?
I thought it was just really good execution. It started up front with the offensive line. Thought they did a really good job. The protection, the backs. I thought they did a really good job of Mariano's first time out there. I thought he did a really good job. And then just everybody was into it. Everybody was making plays. Everybody was having fun. So that's a good thing. Expectations can be a tricky thing going into a game, especially into a first game. You really don't know what to expect. You know what you did in practice, but there's so many variables that can factor in. So I really don't get into the expectations game. I try to stay in the standards game, you know what I mean? And I thought for the most part we set a really good standard.
The rushing offense, you mentioned Omar a little bit. Was that how did it look to you?
I'd say the plays that worked or that were effective, they were executed really well. The plays that didn't, that were pretty much on me. I thought the plays that didn't work very well, I felt like Kansas City made some really good adjustments from the last time we played them on those style of plays. They made some leverage adjustments, and there's maybe two of them that, I could, as a play caller, I'd like to have back, if that makes sense.
What do you mean when you say your fault?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like the play was a good call, like against what we were getting, in other words, you know what I mean? And that's part of the game, Adjustments in game happened a little bit there and then moved on from it. And other than that, I thought it was very timely. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of earned first downs in the run game that were needed to get us into different spots on the field that we wanted to be on, and some really good situational running that impacted the game. So I think it's a good start. Good start. We got a long way to go.
Jim commended your play calling when we talked to him on Monday. He said there's probably been no game that he's been around you that was better than this one in terms of how you called it. Did you feel like
that was nice of him?
It was nice of him. I agree. Do you agree?
He told me that on the bus as well. So, I don't agree with that, but I will definitely not tell anybody that. I'll just go with it.
You just told the whole
I did. No, I thought it was a really good game. There were some things that we could offensively do a little bit better. Like I mentioned, a couple calls that I'd like to change. You can't do it. You can't go back and change them. But yeah, I thought it was just a great job by the players and the assistant coaches, the staff, everybody, Jim, everybody pitching in, and then the players bringing it to life. So all good.
On the broadcast, go ahead. Go. Okay. On the broadcast, they seemed amazed that you were throwing as much. Mm-hmm. Is that a byproduct of what you're getting from KC, or had you planned to go that route?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it was probably part of the plan, but I don't like to talk strategy. Those things can go. You start the game, and then things can go in way different directions. I like to try to have flexibility to make it a heavy game in this phase or that phase, a totally balanced game, or move it around, move the target around type of game. So all those different possibilities existed, and we got into the flow. Guys were letting it rip. Guys were making plays. Let's go. The run game was a nice compliment, though, as we went. But I mean, execution trumps everything.
What did you see from the receivers, and when they are firing on all cylinders, how much they can just elevate Justin's game and support him?
Yeah, I mean, really, everybody around him is so important. I mean, on offense, it takes 11. In the NFL, there's 11 defensive players, and all of them are really good. You can't have one breakdown on offense. On defense, hey, maybe this guy screws up, but they ran the ball over here or threw it over there, and you know what I'm saying? But on offense, you miss a block, you drop a pass, that kind of thing. It reflects on the entire offense. So I thought our receivers afforded themselves really, really well. It was a great start. It was great to see the young guys get involved too. You know, Keenan was doing his thing. Ladd was back at it. Q, I mean, I've been saying for how long now, it's just a matter of time. He's just going to keep doing that, you know what I mean? And then I thought the young guys got out there and they didn't blink. You know, they were playing fast. So it was a really great job by the wideouts.
How about their ability to execute in clutch moments? Because that was really big for you guys, especially on third downs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole game was clutch. The run game was clutch on fourth down. The pass game on third down. I mean, the possession down was really, really, really good. Really good, great execution. And then Justin, you know, I mean, he got upended on the one play. Next play, it's 3rd and 15. Zing, first down. What a stud. So, you know, it really goes, though, to everybody, you know, and starting with the O-line. But we know the challenge we have this week. And, you know, you look at Maxx Crosby, one of the best in the business, a game wrecker, as we like to call him. And then, you know, they got Kuntz back. Their front is really good. They were, I think, 3rd in the league last year in pressures on the quarterback. You know, so we got our work cut out for us. We're excited about the challenge, though.
You guys were really good against the Blitz. This was like 11 for 14 for like 170 against the Blitz. What do you think went into that?
A lot of work, a lot of preparation. Kansas City's outstanding. They're outstanding on defense. And they're excellent blitzing team. So we spent a ton of time working on that. Really tried to take our game to another level this offseason. You know, like I said before, last season was a good start. You know, we did some good things. A lot of people thought we'd win 5 games. We won 11, went to the playoffs. This offseason, though, we're trying to elevate everything, you know. And I think we spent a lot more time together working through these things, the blitzes and whatnot, and how we're going to handle them, et cetera. So it was just a really good start, really good execution. And, you know, Kansas City's really good at disguising blitzes, too, so it's not like you know they're coming. So, you know, I felt like we just had really good recognition as receivers, as a quarterback, and then our blitz pickups as well.
I mean, how encouraging was it? Because, I mean, obviously the numbers against the Blitz, but also there's a bunch of stunts in there on the inside that you guys were able to pick up, whether it was the interior. I mean, Joe had one on the Keenan touchdown where he was able to get a hand on the guy coming around the edge. You know, just, I mean, considering that this was an issue for you guys last year as far as identification, stunts, I mean, how encouraging is it to take this?
Well, early last year, I mean, we were a long way away. I felt like it got a lot better as the year went on. But, yeah, feel like we're, like I've mentioned really all camp, you know, I think we're at a different level. I had a nice talk with Justin last week about that too, about how our plan going into this game. Hey, last year was last year. We've done all this work. We're a different unit. We're a different group, you know, and it's going to be different, you know. So let's get excited about that.
And then just when Justin is taking off like that and being, you know, a willing runner.
Yeah.
You guys told Albert, you know, they talked with him Oregon over the offseason, but I mean, just like when he's in that mindset and taking off and creating with his legs, how dangerous does it make the unit?
Yeah, it changes everything. Changes everything. Great coverage, boom, first down, us, you know. I mean, I remember being back coaching defense when Carolina Panthers in the mid-'90s playing Steve Young, Jerry Rice, John Taylor, and we're trying to play with these guys, some of the best ever. And, you know, we'd be in perfect coverage. We got Jerry Rice covered. Steve Young takes off, gets a first down. Just the sinking feeling that would hit me. You know what I mean? as a coach, a young coach at that time. And it always stuck with me about what a great equalizer that can be. So, you know, that's something I think he really recognizes, the fact that he's really worked hard this offseason, and he's got good health, so his movement skills. Last year, not, you know, we weren't there, so really, really excited about that.
Do you have to pry that part of his game out of him at all? Like encourage him and stick in his head as far as like, hey, like make sure.
At this point, I don't think so.
Yeah. You feel like last year was more just related to his body?
Yeah, I think that was the main thrust of the lack of it.
Greg, you mentioned Pete earlier.
Yeah.
Him and Jim have had a lot of battles over the years. You kind of had a unique seat for that.
Mhm.
What's your take on seeing that rivalry up close from your view of the last couple decades?
Yeah, it's been something. I mean, Jim was at Stanford, nice shirt. Then I came in at Stanford. You know, Pete was at USC down the street and doing a great job there. Did a amazing job there. Kind of put a dynasty together. And then, you know, we came in and, you know, it was boom, boom, you know what I mean? And then then we get into the NFC West, I believe. And, you know, they were a young team. We were kind of, you know, ahead of them. And then all of a sudden, those young guys started getting older. They got really good. They had some great teams there. And then, you know, so have tons of respect for Pete, tons of respect obviously for Jim, two great coaches. You know, you always know, like a Pete Carroll coach team, you better be at your best, and they're going to bring the best out of you, you know. So that's really a college, pro, wherever the paths have crossed. But, yeah, I think those guys, you know, I'm sure a lot gets made out of that, but I'm sure, like with Jim, he's focused on the team, you know, our team. He doesn't get into all that or look at it like that, but makes a good story.
Greg, you talked about Quentin and kind of expecting him to keep going.
Yeah.
What about him makes you believe that he can, you know, reach the potential you have for him? You know, you guys obviously didn't draft him. He's had up and down 2 years, but it seems like you guys have had faith in him from what you say, and also the amount of time he is on the field. Like, why is that?
Yeah, I'd say it's at this point empirical data, practice. He's out there every day practicing, getting better. He's had an amazing camp, amazing spring, and it's just empirical data. It's just my eyes talking to me. Holy cow! Every guy. Some guys just keep getting a little bit better all the time, and he's one of them. You know, and you know, I think the proof is on the tape. You know what I mean? So excited about Quentin.
His drops, they don't concern me anymore. Like his issue with drops in the past.
Any drop concerns me from anybody. Yeah, but no, I mean the past is the past. We've moved on.
How impressive was Joe's game at left tackle?
Joe Alt, pretty darn impressive. I watched the tape of him playing the Raiders last year, and I'm like, who is that high schooler? Now when I look at him, you know, because he's so much like, he's got that 330-pound man strength type of thing. You know, I mean, just big, strong, physical. He's a different cat. Thought he played really well. He's very critical of himself, very self-aware, and expect huge things from him. Like I said this spring, I mean, this guy's a lockdown All-Pro, and you know, he's just got to keep working at it day to day. He's got the right stuff, you know, across the board, and he's becoming a great leader for us too.